We all know our national security interests now lie in our dependence on Middle Eastern oil. I will make sure that that dependence is eliminated so that it would never be the source or any reason for us to be in a conflict in the Middle East because of the Middle Eastern and world's oil supply. We will become energy independent. I'll have the plan of action, and we will do it. Finally, on the now very famous gas tax holiday, again, I find people who are the wealthiest, who are most dismissive of a plan to give low-income Americans a little bit of a holiday for 3 months so they'd have something a little more to give to their children and enjoy their summer a little more. $30, some say. $30 means nothing to a lot of economists. I understand that. It means a lot to some low-income Americans. I've already talked to several of them. So let's give them a little relief, maybe not build the bridge to nowhere, maybe not build one of the pork barrel projects which seem to take priority over much-needed projects, and give them a break. I know the Hispanic leadership. I know the people. I know the patriotism. I know the loyalty. I know the respect for the family, the advocacy for pro-life. I know the small business aspect of our Hispanic voters. Everything about our Hispanic voters is tailor-made to the Republican message. I'm confident that I will do very well. I'll have to work at it.
Thank you.
Any more?
I understand your point you were saying about the locals are getting involved in immigration enforcement because the feds aren't doing their job. Let's assume that the feds do their job. Is there any role for local police to be involved in immigration enforcement in that case?
I'm sure that, as in every other issue, that federal and local authorities will work closely together. One would hope so. Once we have enacted comprehensive immigration reform, so that which means we have secured our borders, we have temporary worker programs that are associated with tamper-proof biometric documents, so that it's easy enough for someone to ascertain whether that person is here legally as a temporary worker. Then it's very clear that employers who employ someone who violates that federal statute, which calls for temporary worker programs with tamper-proof biometric documents. Of course, I would expect state and local authorities to work together, but they have to have a federal law and umbrella legislation because it's a federal responsibility before they can act, I think, in a cooperative fashion. And I'm confident we can fashion that.
We're out of time.
One more, I think. Go ahead.
I understand you're going to be attending the National La Raza conference in San Diego later.
Yes.
You announced that this morning. How divisive do you think that decision will be among more conservative members of your party?
My party is a party of Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, and Ronald Reagan. My party is an inclusive party. My party reaches out to every citizen, every American who shares our views and our optimism and our belief and principles of this great nation. I will seek the vote of every American. I will make sure that we go to places where I may not get the majority of their votes. But the job that I have is to reunite America, to make sure that people know that I will be the president of all the people, whether they vote for me or not. Americans are crying out for us to work together. I noticed that Senator Obama and Senator Clinton are touting their work in a bipartisan fashion. I will match my record for reaching across the aisle and working with the other party with them any day of the week. It's far more extensive and far more substantive, and I'm proud of that work. And I will continue to convey that message that I am of that party of Abraham Lincoln, which was founded on the belief that all of us are created equal and all of us should have equal opportunities in this nation, and I will fight for that.